Here we go. Here we go.
I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Salute the friends and family. Salute the Bucks Nation. Y'all know what we here to talk about. Another Bucks game and another L. The Bucks lose again at Fiserv Forum between the Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks, 105-111. We fought hard. We just don't. Let's just cut to it. We're going to get into the stats, but none of that matters. We don't play winning basketball. That's it at the end of the day. We can look at the stats. We're going to get out rebounded. We're turning the ball over. We're allowing points in the paint. We're just not a good team. We don't play winning basketball. We don't make the extra pass when we need to. We don't move our feet instead of reaching when we need to. We miss a big shot when we need to hit it to get us a little momentum. We can't do anything right now. Damn. This was a winnable game. We didn't have to take this L. This L was not meant for the Milwaukee Bucks today. It was poor execution, hero ball, and poor defense. Damn, we can't defend anybody. We let Mamu look like a damn all-star today. Mamu! What's going on with this organization? Why is Doc Rivers still there? This is reaching fiasco status now with this team, friends and family. It is complete fiasco status. There needs to be some changes. We can't just keep taking L's and there's no accountability. These cats playing sloppy and lazy, no effort at different points in the game. That's all coaching. Damn, man. What are we watching right now? That was an atrocity what I watched at the Fiserv Forum. Damn. We just can't do the little things to win games. We just can't get that rebound you need so they don't get the second chance shot and get a three-pointer. When there's a loose ball, it bounces off of two Bucks players and goes out of bounds. The refs are already on our helmet. I know we had some bad calls and all, but just it didn't make a difference that we could have still won this game. We don't execute. We don't run plays. Miles Turner was in the paint for a little bit. Then he got happy and started shooting threes. There's no structure on this team. We keep saying the same thing. How can the general manager and owner be seeing this and not try to hold somebody accountable? Somebody's head needs to roll. I guess the positive is we lost by 45 last game. We only lost by 6 points today. So we're trending closer to getting a win. That's how we got to look at things now, friends and family. I don't remember it being this dark for the Bucks in a long time. This is the darkest it's been for the Bucks in a long time. It's very difficult right now to watch the type of basketball the Milwaukee Bucks are playing. It's just all kind of glorified ISO. Just passing around the perimeter, chuck a three, pass around the perimeter, somebody run crazy to the hole. And I know it's not just the coaches, it's the players. And I know some of y'all are going to go in on how Kevin Porter Jr. was playing today. Who else was going to play aggressive? Yeah, he had turnovers. Yeah, he did some wild. Who else was going to do it? Rollins didn't start doing nothing to the second half. That's what happens. You got a whole bunch of Alfreds on your team. We got a whole bunch of Alfreds. That's the problem. Tap you in a second, B-Shack. Let me just go over these numbers real quick. This is terrible. I'm really frustrated, friends and family. Salute the Bucks Nation and friends and family. I appreciate y'all tapping in. We just need to talk. Like, this is getting crazy. Brandon Ingram was cooking us. Well, cooking Bobby. 29 points. Mamu was also cooking Bobby. 18 points. Scottie Barnes, 24. Dude, Mamu had 18 points. How? Quickly at 9 points, 10 assists. Nobody else really did anything. They shot 50% from the field, 13 for 35 from the three-point line. They only shot 67% from the free throw line, which helped us stay in the game. They had 31 assists. They did have 16 turnovers, but they got 9 steals. 9. Miles Turner had if you just look at this box score, you'll think he had a great game, but what you wouldn't know is that all of that damage scoring happened pretty much in the first half. He just can't put a full game together. It's either one half or the back half. He just can't put a full game together for whatever reason, but at least he was on the boards today. He got 6 rebounds. Jericho Sims, I thought, gave us some quality minutes, but he also turned the ball over 4 times, which is a little crazy. Gary Trent Jr. He this isn't a fluke. He's struggling this year, period. Let's not get cute with Gary Trent Jr. He's struggling this year, period. Look at this. 30 minutes and 3 points. What are we doing? Kevin Porter Jr., 22 points, 7 to 18, but I know everybody wants to talk about the 7 turnovers. That is definitely uncalled for and unacceptable, but I think he was forcing the issue because nobody else was really doing too much. I mean, Bobby Portis had a great game offensively, but as much as he scored, he gave up double defensively. Gary Harris, I thought, gave us some solid minutes. Ryan Rollins, I thought got it going in the second half and played fairly well. 17 points, 4 rebounds, five. Man, we just these stats don't matter. We just are not playing. We're not playing a winning brand of basketball, friends. I mean, just the rebound, the assist. Just real quick, I'm gonna tap you in, B Shack. This is crazy. We lost offensive rebound, and we already know that. At least we shot good from the free throw line, so that's a positive. We hit two more 3 pointers, and then they have more assists. We have more steals. They actually looks like at the end of the day have more turnovers, and they had more or they gave up more points. Didn't help us much. Fast break points and points in the paint killed us. That's really what it is, friends and family. You got 19 to 4, 44 to 28. That's gonna get you an L. That's gonna get you an L. Just so disappointed because this is a winnable game, friends. This didn't have to go down like that. We had the lead, and then as soon as we got the lead, we had 3 empty possessions, sloppy basketball, and then they scored and put the lead right back up to, I think it was like 8, and then they never turned back. Absolutely ridiculous. Damn. Exactly, Eliza. Damn. Let me see you in the building. What up, Eliza? What up, D. Atkins? What up, Eli? What up, Robert Brooks? Salute, salute. Daddy Commander, what's good? Trina, what's good? Boy Mommy, what's good? Greg Delaney, what's good? I see y'all in the building. Pickle Luke, what's good? BKC, I see you. Mia Kim, I see you. Mr. 414, what's good? Eli Harris, what's good? Boy Mommy was charged earlier. What's going on with y'all? Hey, Dre West, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Basketball Jones, what's good? Yeah, it's a lot of agitation. A childish one, what's good? Appreciate Slick Talk podcast with Scales, what's good, bro? Salute. Yeah, I know that it was tough watching KPJ. I just don't know what else he was supposed to do. Who else was gonna do anything? Mr. Cole, what's good? Appreciate you. Humble gentleman. Thank y'all for tapping in. Let's get to it. Let me tap in B Shack. Let me put the link in the chat and let's get to it ASAP. These stats don't matter. We just don't play good. We don't play a winning brand of basketball. That's really what it is. This is ridiculous. What up, Jeff? Let me tap you in, B Shack. This is getting crazy. I don't know how Doc still has his job. What's up, B Shack, man? What is really going on? I mean, this wasn't a game that got out of hand. We just could never get over the hump. It'd get close, sloppy basketball, bad shot selection, fouls. Uh, I don't know how we can win if we don't play a winning brand of basketball. We don't. We give effort, but we don't give effort the full game. We give effort in pockets. Other teams are playing consistent the whole game. We have effort and pockets. We turn the ball over too much. We hack too much. Too many bad shots. Hero ball. No ball movement. You could just go down the list. And that's exactly why we're we're damn near bottom feeder now. Are we officially a bottom feeder, B-Shot? What is happening? Do we even want Giannis to come back? Should he even want to? Should he come back to this? Like, really?
Well, that's a whole nother. Be honest, did a whole press conference today, which was very interesting. Um, he- I mean, Giannis, people need to put Giannis on a lie detector test after the day. But listen,
Hey, get the likes
I,
up, friends and family. We
I,
grinding
I
even
might,
after L's.
I might have a little different take. I
Okay.
mean, the Raptors are the third in the East. Raptors have a good team, well coached team. Um,
They not
they
no
went.
world beaters now, B Shack. They 17 and 11. They only
They're
six
not
get.
world beaters, but for a team right now that's having a hard time finding its identity, you got to at least halfway be together to
He
beat a
said
team
halfway.
like the Raptors. I mean, it just, I mean,
Oh, B Shack. He
I'm
said.
I'm looking for the Bucks. My expectation for them to beat all the teams with worse records than they, and then teams that might be a couple of games above them. That's it. That's what my expectation is. Right now we're not in condition. We're not mentally. strategically, whatever you want to call it, ready to beat the top teams yet. Maybe we can build to that, but right now, so let me address all the people in the chat that's just reacting emotionally. Um, to that. First of all, you have to understand the Raptors play a certain type of defense. They're a switchable team. They're a long
Right.
switchable team, and you know they had the Bucks were in trouble because there were times when KPJ was out, they couldn't even get to the paint. The
Correct.
ball just kept going around the perimeter, going around the perimeter. Now, let me explain to some people in the chat about basketball.
All right, here
When
you
you
go.
have a long team with long arms that's just switching, you can't even. What's happening is KP the strategy. Now, Doc, I think Doc needs to be fired. But it is obvious. Understand the obvious. KPJ was not hogging the ball. The strategy was get to the paint. Every time you have the ball, touch the paint. That was the strategy. Touch the paint. Because that was the only way for the Bucks to do anything with that defense.
Correct.
Someone had to touch the
Penetrate.
paint to make the defense break down for something to open up. Otherwise, nothing was going to open up. You saw how they were when he went out. It was just like just kids playing outside the fence. No, you can't come in this yard. You got to play outside the fence. That's how it was. But KPJ came in because remember, he's pretty much been passing, moving, but obviously, over the
Hmm.
last several days, they said, where we are right now, we need to put the ball in his hands. And he needs to go. The only challenge with it is this. Sometimes he needs to go a little sooner because sometimes you put the ball in some guy's hand at the shot clock. They don't know what to do with it.
Right.
We have
And did
almost
you see
no
that when the shot clock is low, they're just passing. You take it. You take it. There was no type of
no creative ability to shake a defender. Just no ability to make a move and do a
and
quick first step
even
around
that, even
somebody.
that, we can't even give someone a proper NBA screen to get
Yeah.
any separation. Bobby, you big goofy. You can do all of this on offense and you can't just do the little. I saw you just walk sashay past somebody like it was a screen. You have to physically impose somebody from moving. And then I saw this dude Sims bend his body down to screen somebody, and then wonder why it was an offensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just we're not
Yeah.
fundamentally sound on any level, on anything. Damn, man, how can we not do
Yeah.
anything right?
Yeah. And with this type of defense, it's really hard for someone like AJ Green to get open.
Yep.
But you gotta do something, some sort of flare screen. You gotta do something to get him open. There was no, he was just useless tonight.
He
I know
had
it's his
two.
first
He had
game
two
back.
3-point attempts, and he was 2 of 5 from the field. And I also want to point out that AJ Green had a clear path to the hoop and try to do some type of push shot off of the backboard where you could go right to the hoop. It's just some of the foolishness that this team does because they're not practicing and they clearly don't have a clear understanding of what they should do. If you got a clear path to the hoop, you either dunk it or lay it up. He was so confused and befuddled. He just and that's kind of the foolishness with this team. We always doing something stupid when we need to do something smart. And this game
That's
right
true.
here is a perfect example. We had this game controlled as far as we were right there striking distance. We'll get up by 2 or 3 points, and then the wheels come off. Sloppy basketball, not playing hard, and then they're still playing hard, and then right they go back up to eight,
Yeah.
9, 10 points, and then we can't recover. We don't have enough.
Yeah.
We don't have enough horses to recover. That's what this team doesn't understand. We're not good enough to get away with playing and making mistakes, turning over the ball.
No,
We need
it's
to play almost perfect basketball to compete. To
yeah,
compete.
yeah. And listen, the turnovers, listen, the early I see the first quarter being a big issue. Um I don't know, but how you could not have the proper energy in the beginning game. I don't understand that. Um, I do think. See, the problem with KPJ and the turnovers is sometimes he gets too deep into the
The paint.
defense and then tries to and lots and let me tell you half the time he makes a pass you don't think he can make, other times it's a turnover. It's almost like a necessary evil because if he doesn't try to make something happen, nothing will happen. It just won't.
Right.
It just won't. Um, I mean, dude almost didn't score in the first quarter, and he still
Yeah.
ended up with 22 points.
Yeah. Yeah. He
So
did have 13 assists, but just the 7 turnovers look really bad.
13 assists, and he was a +2
Right.
in a losing effort. Rollins should have got more minutes tonight.
Yep.
7
20.
for 15,
Yeah, I
17
agree.
points, +7. He should have got some of AJ's point. AJ, this wasn't his game today. This
Mm.
this team is just too
Too much
athletic,
left. Yeah,
too
for
yeah,
AJ. I agree.
not a good match. I thought Gary Harris played some strong minutes
Oh,
tonight.
I agree. I agree. I thought Gary Harris played well. But
In
he's been
fact, he should
playing
have
well recently. I think he need to take some of Gary Trent
he
minutes.
should have got all of Gary's minutes.
I just said
Gary,
some. I said some.
30 minutes, 3 points, 1 for 8 field goals, 1 for 5 from the three. Come on, man.
This is
Minus
more than a
15.
slump, man. This is something else going on. This is more than a slump. This is looking crazy now. This is really
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Gary's going to give you good defense. He had a couple of drives to the hoop. Um, and when he's wide open, he's a solid shooter. He's not a great shooter, but he's a solid shooter. I like Gary Harris, man. I think Gary Harris is the guy that when you see someone doesn't have it,
Put in Gary Harris. I
look at
agree.
those minutes. Um, my man, bless his heart, man. Jericho Sims, man. You know, he's moving on these screens. I think Marcus Johnson made a point tonight that sometimes the ball handlers moving too. They got to give them time to set the screen before they go, which can be a problem for the screen setter. But still, man, he's got to cut down on that. And it's so funny, man. He could be like just ineffective for long periods of the game. As soon as you know they throw a little pocket pass and he sees it clear, man, he's like
Taking off.
a southern slave man that sees freedom, man. He he go to the hoop like his life depends on it,
Yo.
man.
Yo.
I
Cause it
mean,
does, cause that's all he can do. So it does
that's
depend
all
on it.
he can do, man. That's all he can do, man. And but this team is very limited.
They are.
Amara. It's a very limited team.
I agree.
You have only two guys on the team that can really create a shot for themselves. And unfortunately, man, this is the team. Well, we didn't have Kuzma tonight.
Right.
That really hurt us.
I agree.
You're going to use Kuzma tonight, but this team was limited, man. And
Even with Coles, yeah.
yeah, John Horst put together this team, man. He's the one that gave away all those draft
Pick.
picks for Jay Crowder. I mean, we forget about that, man. That
Five
was,
second round picks.
I mean, for Jay Crowder,
Right.
that
He
hurts,
he just
man.
like, yeah, he just giving away like free tacos. He give away draft picks like free tacos, and now we paying for it. I don't know what moves
That
we can make,
hurts.
but I would like to say what is positive that Bobby's playing well offensively, so that'll definitely raise his trade value. As much as Bobby gives you offensively, his ineptness defensively just completely it just breaks down your defense immediately. He never minds his own business. He like a nosy neighbor. He looking at everybody else what they doing besides minding what's up going on at his house. He looking at what everybody else doing out the window instead of minding what's going on in his house.
That's right. That's right. And as far as I'm concerned, um, it needs to be 100% probability that he's traded.
Yes. Yeah,
100%.
we can't keep Bobby. It's too much.
All of this right now is fattening up the goose for the trade. Just fatten them up, make them look good, put a lot of seasoning on them, inject them with some flavor, all that type of stuff, man. He needs to be put him up in the window, shine some lights, shine the lights on him like a display at Christmas, and say, for sale, Bobby Portis, for sale.
He just needs to.
Um,
I want to put him for sale and Gary Trent Jr. He's not coming back, y'all. If it's half a season gotta go before you can start hooping, I don't want you. I'm just
yeah,
keeping it real.
yeah,
Y'all keep trying to say it's a slump. He did that last. He was this bad this long last year on
yeah,
both sides of the ball. His defense is terrible now because he always gambling.
yeah, yeah,
Gary
yeah.
Trent, if we could package him, get him out of here. Package him.
Yeah. And I really think, I mean, goodness gracious, what can you lose, man? Give Pete Nance
That's
some run, man. Give him some run. I mean, what
where.
what,
What do
what
we
can
have
you
to lose?
lose?
What do we have to lose? This is why Doc gotta go. Doc can't even get out his own way. Even if we were losing, but you were experimenting, bringing in Sears. Why don't you want to? You damn moron! You know we ain't no good. Play these damn young guys. What are you waiting for? What's the
I
hold
don't know.
up? Can
I
you
don't
not
know.
read the room? We're
I don't
not
know.
that good. Let's see if we got somebody else that can
We're
hoop.
not that good. You're
Damn, Doc.
you need some energy, you need some athleticism out there. Um and Doc other day, man, he literally denied they needed more energy and effort. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, man. And the question was asked, was Doc really trying to get fired? Was he trying to and I'm starting to wonder, is he just trying to get fired? His answers don't even make
Facts,
sense.
Robert.
Nothing's doing make sense. And then you got Giannis up there doing the press conference, like laughing and making jokes. Like I got no control of my agent. He literally said, I got no control. He said in one sentence, my agent works for me. Then in the next sentence, he says, I have no
I can't
control over what
control
he
over what
does.
they do.
It- I mean, you're from Greece, not from Mars. What are you talking about?
Yo.
I mean, he's like, I'm like, dude, we don't do that here in America. You're the one that pays us due, and you're like, you expect us to believe I can't. Then you compare your agent to not be able to stop your wife from going to Target. Come on, Giannis, man, don't go out like this, man. Don't go out like this.
He gotta do.
And
He needs some better media training, low key.
he denied. He said, "No, I didn't sit and meet the team down." He said, "I didn't sit the team down and say, if y'all don't play better, I'm out of here." He actually said, "I didn't. I didn't." Of course, we know you're not going to say that. Of course, we know you're not going to say that. He said he did talk to individual dudes, and he said he was like, "Man, I've never been talked about this much." He was like, "I'm like the girl." Something about the girl everybody wants, something like that. He's liking this.
I said that before though. Like
They're probably showing him numbers that his shoe sales are going up right now, just because his name is out there now. So,
I know he liked the attention. He liked being
yeah,
wooed, but at what cost? Like I said, he's slowly becoming the heel now. You're not everyone's fan favorite and media darling because they now it's chinks in the armor because you're talking too much. You're
yeah,
talking too much,
yeah.
so now it's chinks in the armor. But nonetheless, I just don't know if it makes sense. If Giannis is gonna move on, or if we're gonna move on from Giannis, there is no point to bringing him back to this team with Doc Rivers as his coach. It makes no sense. Even with Giannis, what is the best we could do? A 10th seed, ninth seed, first round exit? What's the point? Why even put him
Listen,
at risk? Why even put
this.
Giannis at risk? Hold on one second, Mr. Cool. I got you. I see you. What up, J. Cole? Hold on.
I think
I honestly can't. is there any packages we can do that's going to help this team this year, or should we make moves that's going to look towards building the future as far as if we move Bobby? Do you get what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah. When it comes to the Bucks, what's best for the Bucks organization,
Yeah.
it is to parlay Giannis's value into some quality picks and players. Get yourself in a bright, shining star, up and coming coach that they can grow with. And I think with this draft coming up, you can really turn things around within the next 2, 3 years. And in the East, who knows? You might strike lightning. So, so I think that's the best play for the organization. But
Mm-hmm.
like we said the other night, you might have some owners that are like, listen, I don't care what the record is. Just hold on to them for as long as you can because
We
just the
making money.
marquee name helps the
Yeah.
numbers. And that's where our fan base needs to understand there's a game playing within a game.
Okay.
And unfortunately fans get caught in the middle when it comes to business like this. The Bucks are like, we ain't trading him no place unless he come out and ask. So they don't care what it looks like. They're gonna I don't care, they don't care what it looks like, what the team looks like. They're not letting him go right now. And so the delay for the rebuild is going to be pushed out. I think it's going to be pushed out. How long it's going to be pushed out? I know
But it
one
just
thing. If
needs to
Giannis,
happen. We this roster, this team has reached its ceiling. We need some type of reboot. Even when Giannis,
yeah,
even if Giannis says he was gonna stay, we can't bring this same team back. Outside of KPJ Rons and AJ Green, even Miles Turner, I think, is up for grabs depending on the situation.
yeah, and I personally think that the waiver stretch was a mistake. I just think financially, it just what the reason. This is the reason why nobody does that. It's the reason why.
Right.
Nobody does that because it hamstrings your team. It was a desperation move, man. And
But why
I
was?
don't
But
even
let's peel this onion back a little bit. Why was that move made though? We have to look to what is the source. Why would they feel the need to do something like that? What was the push?
well, there's a couple different stories. One story was they came to Giannis and said, "What if we can get Miles Turner?" And Giannis said, "Go for it." And Giannis went about his business. Then they said, "We're gonna waive and stretch Dame." And Giannis came back and said, "You did what?" That's one story. Another story is they talked about getting Miles. They said, "Well, if we do that, we can do that is to waive and stretch Dame." Um, I don't know which one it is. I really don't. But all I know is this: it forces you to Miles Turner really costs you a whole lot more money, and you got a slot that you can't use for the next salary slot you can't use for the next 4 years. I mean, that's crazy work. That's crazy work.
We
This
had to
team
do what we
needs
had to
every
do.
available slot they can get. And the fact of the matter is, um, Dame coming back at
34, 35.
well, I'm saying let's say 80% of the player he was, is still better than half our roster. Now, where it really hurts him is on the defensive end
Right. He'd be
because
fooled.
they could afford to get any worse on defense. So
We were between a rock and a hard place, and this team had to make a move. They were trying to bring more talent to try to keep Giannis around. They knew that Dame wouldn't be playing for the rest of the year. They didn't want Giannis to leave. I mean, that's all we've been doing is trying to keep Giannis, do things to try to keep Giannis. So we can't fault the organization for doing that. Because to them, they are. If we didn't get Miles, then it's looking like the season is going to be a failure because that doesn't look like enough to get to the playoffs.
I could live with this a lot better if Miles was killing it. He has a good game every once in a while, man. Um, but the
I
waiver
mean, his
stretch a hard.
numbers are no different than really what he was putting in Indiana. We knew what
Okay,
we were getting. You know what I mean? Like,
so here are the facts. Dame was an all-star when he was here. Giannis and Dame were the
hold on.
highest
Let me give
scoring.
my boy Dame his prop. Dame was a two-time All-Star, All-Star MVP. He won the
And
cup and he won a three-point championship. Shout out to Damian Lillard. As much as y'all
come
like to
on,
chill him,
somebody. And here's what people. And let me tell everyone out there that like a doggone parrot keeps saying the pairing was a failure. They were the highest scoring duo in the NBA. What kind
coaching
of failure are we talking about?
the coaching failed them. That's what failed them. Look at the coaching now. That's what failed them.
Yeah, we know it
It
was the
was
coaching.
coaching for a
Now
fact.
we know. Now we know. Now we know. Now we know. Because without coaching, that
Hold on, let me bring up Mr.
without
Cool.
coaching, without complete cohesion, they were the
What up,
highest
Mr. Cool?
scoring duo in the NBA. They did it all on their own basketball IQ. So so I just think that, you know, I try to look at things from a standpoint of wisdom. Once again, the waving stretch can be used every year if GMs want to do it. There's a reason why they don't do it. Because it hurts your team in the long run. And Dame will be back. He will be back. And I'm just saying, even though he's probably gonna might lose another half step on defense, his shooting ability, his dribbling ability, and his IQ is tons better than what we have on the team right now. So people can say what they want to say about Dame. Damian Lillard is a great player who's probably on the back end of his who's on the
Career.
back end of
Hall
his
of Fame.
prime,
Yeah, Hall of Fame career.
but but he will be doing a lot better than the rest of the guys on the team.
I
So
agree with you, but the thing is, we can't go back in time right now, and I
I
understand
know we
what you're
can't.
saying.
I know we can't. I
I know what
forgive
you're
me.
saying,
Forgive me.
and I get it because
Forgive
it's
me.
like we have a $20 million a year player that's a ghost for the next
Yeah.
couple years, and for 20 million you could get a solid player for 20 million. So I agree, and then for Miles Turner to not really be producing more than he has in the past is hurting us. Not that he's playing terrible, but he's playing the way he always plays. He hasn't leveled up, and I think that's hurt us as well. Also, like you said, for today, just for today, we could say not having Kuzma hurt us, but we're just not uh a good basketball team. Nothing looks like it works together. There's no cohesion on anything. Nobody knows, like it, like when you play with somebody long enough, you know where they're gonna be, you know what they're gonna do. There's none of that with this team, and they've been playing together for years. And it looks like every game it looks like they just started playing with each other. That's the problem. There's no okay, I know he gonna be there when I pass the ball. Okay, I know if I play defense like this, he gonna have my back. There's none of that. We're just out there playing hard, period, with no direction. That's it. That's how we can compete like we did tonight because we got some players that play hard. Maybe they're not the most skilled and talented, but they can play hard and hit a few shots.
Can,
And
can I can I can I address King Kwame for a
yeah,
second?
go ahead, sir. Shout out
I
Mr.
guess
Cool.
I guess talking about Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
He said B Shaq tell the whole story. He said his agent and him are not that close. And during the season he should not call his phone. He said teams are trying to push the narrative so he can get traded. First of all, that's not exactly what he said. Okay, I saw the press conference twice. All right. Giannis said that a lot of guys may be very close to the agent. He gets along with his agent too. But because he's so locked in, he tells his agent, do not call him during the season,
Mm-hmm.
which is still a weird
Right.
relationship. Giannis, I think Giannis halfway pulling our leg on some of this stuff, man. It don't even make sense because he's laughing and giggling,
And that's the thing.
and
He
his
play
team,
too much. That's the problem. This is
yeah, Mister
serious now.
Mister Cool, come, I'm tapping out, Mister Cool, come on in for me.
Don't be like that, BJ. The
Well,
living legend, Mr. Cool. It's on you, sir.
I just listen. I just love what you guys have been talking about because you've been talking the truth. I watched that interview and I watch it and then I would never watch it more than once. That I wouldn't do because Giannis is full of BS. Giannis is full of BS. He did say one thing that's truthful. He loves this attention. Like I'm the
Yep,
pretty girl in
Oh
school.
yeah,
He
he
did say
love
that.
that. He
he
love that.
admitted
Yeah,
it. He
and
admitted
we've
it.
said that all along. He loves the attention. It just he turn on the TV and they're talking about Giannis. He eats that up, but he's hurting the team. And the only thing he said that really bothered me the most when they asked him about his teammates when they have to answer for him, he said, "Well, they don't mind." No, you were putting them on the spot. I was glad somebody in the media called him out on that because you're putting these guys on the spot. That's unfair to them. They can't speak for you. You get out there and you speak for yourself, man. They don't need to be hearing that because actually KPJ told one reporter, "This is the last time I'm going to address Giannis." Because he got frustrated with having to answer these questions. He's not even playing, man. Don't be bugging me about him. Go talk to him.
Right.
But you shouldn't want your teammates to have to go through that. He does not care. He's become a very self-indulged person,
All right.
very self-indulged, and it's all about him. You could say he's a great team player, but sometimes I wonder if it's just all doing it for himself because he just loves all this attention, man. And I think we're at a point where it's time to pull the trigger.
See
He's
that?
at his highest value now. I know we don't want to hear that, but this team, as you've been pointing out, B-Shack, this is a mess right now because of the stretch and trade. It puts us where we lost a key player right now, paying Dame all this money. So you're losing a very good spot for a player right now. But
Yeah.
to go full circle back, it don't matter as long as Doc's coaching. It just won't matter.
I just want to bring this comment. I thought it made a lot of sense here. Sad. Shout out to you, Anthony Lacey. Sad part is this performance came after 3 or 4 days off and practice. That's what I'm saying. It's nothing. We're just not. They're not practicing, man. Knock it off. But I feel what you're saying, Anthony. They're lying to us, bro. They spitting in our face because a team that practices doesn't look like that. A coach that a real coach does. A team doesn't look like that. Doc should be ashamed. As a man, if I was Doc Rivers, I would step down. It's time, bro. It's time. Even Roy
All
Jones
you
had to step down when it was time. When you ain't got the electricity no more, you ain't got it. You gotta walk away. Why do you want somebody to shame you and fire you when you know you ain't doing your job? Walk away, you thief. Damn.
this game was over in the first 7 minutes for those very reasons. That coach prepared his team in these 4 days. Our coach did not. It was that
Yeah.
simple. I watched that first 7 minutes. I was like, they were like a machine. They knew exactly where everybody was supposed to go. They moved the ball. They cut. They got the guys to the right spot on the floor. We out there struggling, just trying to figure
We
things out.
allowed Mamu to look like a quality player in the NBA. Mamu looked good out there. Backdoor cuts, all types of stuff he was doing out there. He showed the full repertoire. He was scoring on all 3 levels. Isn't that crazy? Mamu. We give no resistance defensively. I'm sure when teams see the Bucks on the roster, like, hey, we about to cook. We gonna see who get 30 first.
And Bishak, you were mentioning about the switchable players. Those kind of guards like that are on a team like that, they're designed to take out Rollins and KPJ because they
Yeah.
switch and make it so difficult for those guys.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what was killing us. Because now all of a
And,
sudden, if those two guys are ineffective for us, we're not going to beat nobody.
Nobody.
yeah.
Facts.
Nobody.
Yeah. Because KPJ is a pretty good penetrator, and he had to try once, twice, 3 times, just like a running back trying to find a hole
Right.
to get. I seem to get into. So yeah, they were very good defensively, and like you said, if Rollins and KPJ can't create and get it done, even though KPJ had 13 assists, we dead in the water because
Right.
nobody else in the team can really create their own shot.
Well, and they know other guys can score a little bit, but as a coach, you have a game plan, and your game plan would be those other guys will not beat us, score enough to beat us. Maybe, yeah, Portis might go up for 20, 25. They still got to get 100 points on the board. If we could shut down Porter Jr., that's certainly what I would be thinking, and Rollins, and hold those guys to under their numbers or under their shooting percentage, then we got a very good chance of winning this game. It really just is that simple. They're not going to overthink this because I don't believe that our other players are going to put up 30 points. Who are we going to get a 30-point game out of? Maybe Bobby Portis 1 out of every 7 games.
Right.
Maybe Miles Turner 1 out of every 7 games. So they're rolling the dice and making sure those 2 guys are not going to beat us. Pretty simple. Game plan from a defensive standpoint from these opposing teams that have those kind of defenders that can switch and move their feet and still guard the ball head on if they need to without even switching. And we just don't have that. We don't. We're so disorganized on offense, coming down, dribbling. It's so unfair what they're doing to KPJ that he has to try to create, as you just said, off the dribble all the time when there's no space. There's no place for him to go. And it allows for the other team to help out on him if he does beat somebody. They close it down with
They don't
help.
got to worry about anybody else.
But if he kicks it to them, they got time to recover because those guys can't. They're not good creators when they catch the ball. Bobby Portis not going to move too fast. Miles Turner ain't moving too fast. So, and Sims can't even catch the ball. Sims has tiny hands. I was noticing that today. He must have small hands.
Right.
Because he definitely can't hold on to the ball unless it's right to him. Yeah. Man.
And then the lack of athleticism on this team. I saw somebody try to throw a line pass to Bobby, not like a physical line, just a line to get. He couldn't even get off the ground. He just put his hand up and he couldn't. His body wouldn't allow him to jump straight up. He couldn't do it. And it was a turnover. And it was a pass from Sims. And I want to be mad at Sims, but common sense would say, hey, he taller than this dude. There's no way he can't get this ball. And, hey, Jericho Sims, Bobby can't jump at all. Bobby dunk a basketball, that's a miracle damn near. That's why we need to get him off the team. We have no athleticism. We don't have any athletes on this team outside of KPJ. Ryan Rollins is a nice player. I wouldn't say he's an athlete.
Well, something else, too, that we do that just drives me crazy. I don't know what we do in practice in terms of working on transition, scoring 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s. If we get a steal, we can't finish on it. We can't score. We're going down the floor to 2-on-1 or 3-on-2. We can't score. That's like, what's going on? How do they not know how to do that? Those are drills you do all the time in practice. You work on transition, scoring on 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s. We don't have no idea what to do with the ball. Sims turned that one ball over. He passed it to Porter. Porter stepped on the line. They had a 2-on-1. I got 2 athletes coming down the floor.
Right.
And we can't score on a 2-on-1. That is just terrible coaching that we're not doing in practice. And the fact is that coach had his team ready. They came out the box ready to go. And pretty much, to me, they won the game in the first quarter. They won the game in the first quarter. And they just sent the message that we're not going to lose to you guys, especially if you ain't got Giannis and you ain't got Kuzma. Y'all ain't beating us.
Every time we came back, they stayed disciplined and they waited for us to make mistakes. Did you notice that they weren't beating themselves? They just stayed patient, played their game. They knew we would make the mistakes they needed to get the win, and that's exactly what we did. We fight, claw, get right there, 5 points, 3 points, up by 2. They just played their game, stayed patient because they know we gonna mess it up, and that's how they played.
And BJ, you said, B-Shack, you said the most positive thing ever when you said that Doc Rivers took this job for Giannis. He never would have took this job. He thought Giannis was going to carry him to the championship or at least to the Final Four or Eastern Conference Finals. Because otherwise, he never would have came out of retirement. And that's unfortunate because he don't need to be coaching. He does not.
I agree.
Yeah, they need to part. They need to part ways. They need to part ways with Doc Rivers. Maybe come up with a plan to say we're going to move into an advisor
Right.
role, or do something, man, because he's just right now I think right now he needs to try to salvage his own legacy, and because what can he gain from this? There's nothing he can gain from this, especially
Right.
if his heart's
See,
not in it
see.
anymore.
Look at the comments.
Um,
They starting to turn. See. They started pulling a Rodgers and Favre. I've been telling y'all that.
oh, Amber, did you hear?
Uh,
Giannis is ready. Giannis is physically ready to play. Did you hear that?
uh.
He
I thought
said
he
today
said
was
that.
game 7. I'd play. He said, but I'm just gonna wait until they tell me I can come. So he's actually physically ready now. It's probably wise for him to try to get a little stronger.
Right.
But he also said this probably happened because he rushed back from the groin injury.
That's true, and he did.
So he's
Mm.
got all sorts of analysis now. He just saying it all he just saying it all now. He just spilling all his guts now. But he's like, yeah, I could play now. I could play. I don't know if that was wise to even say that. That's how slick he's getting. See
Yep. Yep.
that's how slick he's talking. Like, yeah, I could play. Yeah. So what? So what? I mean, come on, man. If he was really being careful, he'd be like, listen, it's day to day. I'm working hard to come back. He literally said, oh, y'all can play.
He don't have that type of media training. That's why sometimes we got to give him some grace. He still don't got the right media training. Shout out to his agent. He still don't know how to talk to the public sometimes, and it can come off wrong and rub people the wrong way, as it clearly is. That's like a media trainer. I blame his agent.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And that.
Giannis claims to be real smart and savvy. Like in the other interview, he says, I don't make money. Money follows me, or something like that. I mean, he's like, I know I've been knowing how to make money since I've been a kid. I mean, he talks real savvy, man, sometimes. Other times he seems naive. It's like this man child thing going on,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I just think that like he's weighing so much on his franchise. He needs to come out and say I'm gonna stay and retire here. Move me. Something just needs to be stated to the fan base because it's too much. It's too much pressure on the fan base. You want us to take all the losing. You want us to be in limbo with Giannis. It's just too much. Like we need to understand what is the direction of this organization. What the hell are y'all gonna do? Y'all trade him or keep him? Let us know what y'all gonna do. Why is Doc still here? We need a presser of some real questions because this is getting crazy. You can't have that cloud over your franchise. You think players want to be thinking about, hey, if I play bad, Giannis gonna leave. If I play bad, he won't come back. That's a lot to be thinking about. That's a lot. Where is Doc coming out like this is what's happening with this team? This is what we doing. He's just cooling. He's cooling. He's You know what it is? Doc has the attitude of a substitute teacher in another teacher's class. Do you get what I'm saying? He just got his
Yeah.
feet kicked up. Y'all do this, do that. I'm just gonna chill and collect my check. He's a substitute teacher. What difference is Doc than a substitute teacher? Y'all let me know in the chat. It's the same thing. Yes, you're qualified to do the job, but do you want to do the job? And the answer is no. That's why. 3
Well,
years now? God damn! How much longer? What does he have to do to get fired? Do he got to sleep with one of these people's wives? What does he need to do to get fired? That's the only thing he hasn't done.
now I don't know if this is true or not, but the source I have is pretty reliable. He's a good friend of one of the assistant coaches for the Bucks, and they have said that they are preparing to fire Doc, and because Giannis has said behind closed doors he don't want to play for Doc, but he don't want to be the fall guy and be the person that got him fired. Is that true? Is that possible? I think that's possible.
That's very
Breaking
possible. That's
news on
very possible.
Amber's logic.
Yeah,
Breaking
breaking news.
Right here, shout out
Breaking
to
news.
Mr. Cool. I believe that though. He might, hey man, I ain't coming back until y'all get old, man. Doc don't even like care. You can look at all he want to do is slick talk in the pressers. He just slick
Right.
talk. Now
and
I'm gonna
then
tell you who
blame the
got
player.
media training. Doc Rivers is very
Yep.
media savvy. Now he's media savvy. That's who
Yeah.
Giannis. That's what he could be teaching Giannis. He can't teach him nothing about basketball. At least teach him about how to handle the media. Mark.
But remember the big fight that J.J. Redick had with him. What was it about? He said Doc doesn't take responsibility. That was the biggest thing that drove J.J. Redick crazy about Doc. It is 100% true. Doc don't take responsibility. It's always the players, blaming the players. How about you doing your job preparing them better? Clearly, the Toronto coach was prepared, and this guy came from Europe and now coached you today. Just the fact that we can fight and get back into this game, speaks to the fact that we have enough talent to win, but you have to have some leadership from the top.
That
If you've got no coaches on the top, it's just too hard. You put too much pressure on the players. You know, I watch a lot of plays when KPJ has the ball. He's right in front of Doc, trying to figure things out. Why haven't you not practiced so you could just tell him what to do at that moment to help him from the sideline? That's part of your job as a coach. Play after play, you got your offense in front of you, that side of the court, and the defense in front of you in the second half. But when you got the offense in front of you, you should be able to guide your players on offense to get them to the spots they need to be if you've practiced and prepared. But he hasn't.
If
Did y'all see couple years ago? They had that Jason Kidd mic'd up on the sideline, how he was talking his team up like in the middle of the
Right.
play. You never
That's what
see
I'm
Doc
talking
do
about.
nothing like that.
Never,
I know
ever.
exactly what you're talking about. I actually gained a different type of respect for Jason Kidd after seeing that. I understood why his players played for him. Like I got it. Like he got his bones with Milwaukee, but you could tell he's really a coach
Yeah.
now. He knows
Yeah.
exactly what he's doing now. If he has talent, he can get it done.
Yeah, and look, with the Dallas has been decimated with injuries, and he's got them kind of
Competing,
playing
competing.
competing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Right.
Oh, yo, I heard a report. Well, not a report, but the question was, would the Bucks talk about making a blockbuster? I actually heard them mention Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shot blocker, defense, a great offensive player, doesn't want to play the center position, but he would have to play the center position for our team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. He's never healthy. If Anthony
Right
Davis was
there,
healthy, man.
right there. He's like David Bakhtiari on the Packers. Great when he plays, but he rarely plays. I can't co-sign AD. We already got enough injury problems in the state of Wisconsin with professional athletes. We don't need to add somebody of his ilk to this roster. It's just too much. It's too much. But he has skills. It's just damn remaining healthy. He gonna need an escort going to the bathroom. Everything like that's a lot.
But Scales said, "Oh, you gonna play Harvard, J. Kid? Or you're not gonna. You're not gonna play. You don't care who you are."
Fact, shout out to you, Scales. Salute. And that's the thing. We don't have a leader. I'm not saying Giannis isn't the leader, but like the coach is supposed to be the leader. Giannis is supposed to be the leader on the floor. But if you don't have a leader, like a coach that's your leader, you'll never succeed. When has a team won a championship outside of Barry Switzer and the Dallas Cowboys, won a championship with a mediocre coach that wasn't an X's and O's or an intelligent coach? When?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a coach. You have to. That's where it starts. Coach, players. Coach, you have to have a coach. Doc needs to be fired tonight. Doc should be packing tonight. Like, what? Like, it's unreasonable for him to still be our coach. We have made no improvements. If you could tell me something we're doing better, like we're losing, but we're doing this now. We're losing, but I see that he's trying this now. No one has said anything. It's 100 people in this chat. Ain't nobody said nothing positive about Doc.
I think Doc pushed for the Miles Turner trade. I think he really pushed hard for that because I think Doc wants to always have the easy way. Get to let the players do the work. I can stand on the sideline and just give a little input here and there. And if I got enough talent, we'll win. But there's two things about Miles Turner. In that championship series, in the final 3 games, his minutes got cut every single game. The Pacers are starting to see he's not what we thought he was. 2, Halliburton made him better than what he was.
Right.
So we have to be honest. We don't have no, because we got guards, but Halliburton, we ain't got no Halliburton. And he made that guy a better player. So if you take that element out of that, he's just not cracked up what he's cracked up to
Right.
be.
I agree.
And I'm very disappointed with his defense. I mean, say what you want about Brook Lopez, you're not gonna come straight at him at the basket.
Yeah,
like
you're not
at the
gonna just,
basket.
you're not gonna do that. Yeah, I agree with that. You're not gonna do that.
They come
Listen.
right at this guy, right at him, and score. I'm like, man, was he this bad last year with them? I don't think he was. But maybe he just got fat and lazy defensively. I don't know what to make of that with him. But he was always one of the top shot blockers in the league. He'd be up in the top 3 every year.
A lot of
And
players
now,
aren't the same when they're away from good coaches. A lot of
yep,
players aren't the same when they're not they're away from good coaches, because good coaching can accentuate what you're good at and hide what you're not good at. And that's what made the
yep,
Pacers so great. He accentuated everything of what the positives they could do and hid everything they couldn't do. The only thing he couldn't hide is the injuries. If we want to keep it real and be completely honest, I think Indiana would have beat the OKC in the finals if they would have been completely healthy. I
yep.
100% believe that they would have beat OKC if they were
Great,
100% healthy.
great
Yep.
coaches and great point guards. Remember, Halliburton
Is a good
was
point guard.
just was with now the coach on the Indiana Pacers was Rick Carlisle, right?
Right.
Yep. Yep.
Who did Rick Carlisle have in Dallas? I mean, it's the same. It's the
Oh, Jason
same
Kidd. Okay, I see the
thing.
formula. I see what you're saying. The
Yeah, it's the
formula.
same thing. And
Great
man,
point.
see a
Good
good
point.
point guard, like you know what? Look what happened with Chris Paul. If you read that story that Shelburne wrote, Ramona Shelburne, if you really read in that story, everyone's been focused on Chris Paul. But if you read
Mm-hmm.
it, the Clippers were so dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't talking to each other. They weren't going to dinner with each other. Weren't hanging out. And Chris Paul was like, "Y'all, this is contributing to our losing. Trying to get the coaches together, trying to get them together, trying to get the players together." They didn't want to hear it from him. But Chris
Mm-hmm.
Paul wasn't actually wrong with what he
Agreed.
saw. People
It
just
was
say he
from the
didn't read
wrong
the
messenger. It was the
he
wrong
didn't read
message.
the room. Yeah, it's like okay, dude, but you ain't that dude no more. But it's a point guard, a coach on the floor that's seen that with all the experience in the world sees what's going on.
Yeah.
We don't have anything like that on our team, or maybe in the franchise now.
It's gonna be
It's
hard to fix this.
crazy.
It's gonna be
It's
hard to
crazy.
fix this.
I'm
It's
gonna tell
not
you
gonna be
something.
easy.
I was watching the podcast with Carmelo Anthony Brooklyn at night,
Mm-hmm.
and him and uh what's the guy who used to shoot? He was on the Cavs. He played golf now. Uh the outside shooter they used to be
Hey,
on the
help him
Knicks,
out, chat. Who he talking about in the
on
chat?
the Knicks, on the Cavs. You know the one that threw the ball away and LeBron was looking at him crazy in the
Oh,
championship.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith, J.R. Smith.
Okay.
They were talking about how smart Jason Kidd was. Carmelo Anthony said, I'm gonna tell you how smart he was. Jason Kidd said we're gonna run 3 plays in the first quarter. Whichever play works, we're gonna stop doing. So Carmelo scoring, whatever, and James was like, that's it. Carmelo, go to a different package.
Hmm.
We'll just hold that in our pocket. He
Hmm.
said fourth quarter, Jason Kidd was like, remember that play that worked in the first quarter? Let's run that now. He would see what would work,
Mm-hmm.
pull it back, and bring
Mm.
it back in the. Who does that?
A
That's
Right.
just
brain.
that's just a whole nother. That's just a whole nother level of basketball instincts. Um, We don't have anything. Listen, I think
Look how
KP.
look at that story. We got a coach right now that can't put his socks on right if one don't say L and the other don't say R.
We don't have anything like that. I think KPJ right now is just all instincts.
I agree.
Right. Yep.
He's an instinctive player. I think he has pretty good instincts. Uh, you know, he's got to learn to play sometimes a little safer with the ball, a little smarter. Sometimes he has to watch his spacing. I
Right.
used to play a little point guard. Spacing is really important.
Agreed.
Um, but we don't have anyone. The last player we had, I mean, Dame. Before that, maybe uh maybe Drew.
Okay.
I
Mhm.
always thought Brogdon was a really smart player.
Oh, he was a very high IQ
Yep.
player.
Yep.
Brogdon was
Yep.
really good.
Yeah,
Yep.
but we haven't had many. I think Chris Middleton was probably that dude for the
Mm,
franchise for the last.
several years, yeah.
Chris
Mhm.
Middleton was that dude. He
Yep.
was that dude. He was that dude on the bench. He was that dude in the organization. He was the dude that would make sure it was in the right spots. He was the dude that could get on Giannis's case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think the organization misses Chris more than we think.
Oh, we definitely miss
Excellent.
Chris, but I don't miss Chris for
Excellent.
no 35 million. I don't miss him for that though. That's the problem. I don't miss him for that. I don't miss him that much.
Yeah.
We can be friends at a distance, not for 35 million. No, sir. Hard pass,
He
as the
he
young
was the
kids say.
glue.
Hard pass.
He was the glue though for our
Yeah, he
team.
was.
He
I
was
know.
the
I
glue.
definitely agree. The thing is, it was even better when you had Holiday because those were two people that are of high character and high IQ. We lost
Right.
all of that, and not no disrespect to Giannis, but he's not the most cerebral player. He is athletic and fast and all of that, but he doesn't really think it through like they did. And sometimes that gets exposed in these type of situations, which is why we need a cerebral point guard because we don't have a cerebral coach.
Someone said bring in Mike Malone. Let me tell you something. Any major coach, um, I wouldn't want them to start in the middle of the season.
I agree.
Let
Yeah.
them hire them like soon as the season ends. Give them a whole summer.
To pick their
Um,
team. Let them pick their players. That's what we haven't been doing with these coaches. We're injecting coaches that with players that can't fit their system. You can't do that. If we're gonna fire Doc, which he should be fired, let Yeager take over for the rest of the year. Gives you time to really take your time and look for a quality coach. If that's in college, if that's in the pros, if that's over in Europe, they can get the right fit, get them in the system early, and then have him tell you these are the type of players I need to fit my system and have that system illustrated to the organization so they understand what's going on. Because I feel like Doc just came on a handshake with no agenda. I don't know how you could get hired on a job with no agenda.
Right.
And then being allowed to keep your job with no agenda for multiple years. Like,
Well, he said something really stupid when he was hired to me. He said, "Well, I don't know what any of these players could do." Okay, that's going to be your excuse for the whole second half of the season. Well, I don't really know these guys. I don't know what they can do. That's your job to know and figure that out
right,
and figure it out quickly. What do you mean you don't know? This is the NBA. This is the highest level in the world. These dudes be on TV all the time. What do you mean
right,
I don't know? What have you been watching? Or you just been on the
right.
golf course? The hell?
Doc
You should
is
know what they can do. Well, it's going to take me some time to figure it out. Oh man. So I guess practice you can't figure nothing out. We give you that whole first half or second half of that
facts,
season,
Robin.
almost the entire second half, and you accomplish nothing then. We get you Dame, you accomplish nothing then. Now we get rid of Dame, bring in Miles Turner, who was at least a star player, and where are we at? 11 and 17. So what's your excuse now, Doc? You go, oh, Giannis is not there. Well, so what? A lot of teams miss key players.
That's the thing. He always got an excuse. It's
Right.
he must be a Leo. I know I'm a Leo too, and I always feel I'm never the reason. But there is a certain point where I am the reason. Do you know what I'm saying? At a certain point, he has to say,
Yeah.
maybe it's me. Maybe I am the reason. And
Yeah.
Doc, the only players have changed. The weather, seasons have changed. Shout out to B Shack. Seasons have changed. But what hasn't changed is the lack of coaching from you see how I did that, B Shack?
That's what I
The lack
said.
of coaching from Glenn Doc Rivers. How can everything
But
change around you and you not change?
But he always says in pressers, he will say, so I got to do better. I got to do a better job getting these guys ready. But nothing never changes. So don't bother even saying that, because you're not going to do anything any different. You're going to do the same stuff you're doing now. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Our offensive stuff suck. They just suck. We don't have enough ball movement, not enough player movement. We want to dribble into everything. You can't dribble into everything when you don't have a lot of ball handlers. We have a catch and shoot team. Okay, so you have to design an offense for the players that you
facts,
have.
baby.
But he doesn't do it.
And you know what else he'll do? He'll throw somebody under the bus like he threw Greg Buckner under the bus because everybody was talking about defense. Oh, Greg Buckner's my defensive coordinator. I was like, what?
Doc got no shame, man.
No
You
shame,
don't.
bro.
You
No
don't. You
shame.
don't. You don't. And
Listen,
neither do
listen.
Giannis. That's why they get along. They are
That's
shameless.
crazy. Can you imagine
Well,
somebody, you at a press conference, they talk, oh, that's my defensive This ain't football. What are you talking about defensive coordinator for? I've never heard a coach say that in the NBA. This is my defensive coordinator. Man, like
Yeah.
Doc is a
now,
Doc should
I
be
want
in
to say,
politics. I feel you, Passamendo, when you be saying that. Now he a real slick one.
I
Yeah.
want to say something to Bucks Nation. Bucks Nation, listen up, Bucks Nation. Um, I know that in the past y'all like the stuff I said, but y'all see the stuff I said coming to pass. So y'all just listen to me for a second. If you all choose as a Bucks Nation, along with the organization, to turn the page this summer, turn the page. Look at the young players, first and second year players around the league. Look at those guards in San Antonio, man. Just look at how quickly those guys are caught on. Cooper Flag, people don't understand. Jason Kidd, by putting the ball in his hand, he accelerated him. He took him,
Right.
now he took him back off the ball. Now
But why
he
does he
scored
know to do?
30 points, 40 points now.
Well, why is he doing that? Why did he learn that? He learned that from Milwaukee with Giannis, and he's using that
Yeah,
same formula with Cooper Flag.
exactly.
Retaining
Exactly.
information, understanding, processing it, and using it. That's what our coach
Exactly.
can't do.
Exactly. And then, but I'm saying you see it all around the league. Look at these young players in Atlanta. Look at Detroit. What I'm saying is, if the Bucks would have the courage to say this summer, when Giannis is not going to dictate our future, we are going to choose to turn the page, and we're going to take Giannis while he is hopefully still healthy, because they're playing Russian roulette with this thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still healthy at the top of his value, turn him into a treasure trove and get a new coach and start developing these young players. I'm telling you, man, right now the speed of the game belongs to the young people now.
It
And
does.
the Bucks can really, let me tell you something. I'm convinced they kept talking about this and that. I'm convinced. Do you all see how many calf injuries and it's all around the league? It's the
Right.
pace. It
Right.
is the pace. There is no other. It's not the workouts. I thought it was the workouts. It's the pace.
That's
They're
fact.
constantly running. These muscles are getting fatigued.
I'm gonna
It's
push
the
back.
pace.
During the
It's the
Alex English
pace.
years in Denver, they were scoring 120, 130, 140 points. Dale Ellis and them was in
But the guys are
supersonic.
tighter now. They're tighter. Their muscles are. It, it's
They not
it's
practicing, B Shaq. That's what it is. I gotta push back, B Shaq. I'm gonna push back because I'm gonna say
I,
this in multiple sports. The reason there's so many injuries in the NFL is because they're not allowed to hit each other in practice anymore. They're not allowed to really have physical contact. By the time they have physical contact is when when the season starts, and then their body's not used to it. Multiple injuries. NBA, they don't really practice hard. They do walkthroughs. It's not the same. They're not practicing and putting in the pain like when Jordan was playing, when Kobe was playing. They was putting in pain in practice so it would show on the court. That's why these fools is getting hurt. They are not practicing with the same intensity that they're playing with, and that's the difference. If we look at these 80s and 90s team, they were playing with intensity in practice. That's why they wasn't getting hurt like that.
I think it's something else too. It's not just the pace being isolated, but now guys used to take the total off season off, and then really use uh, training camp to work their way back into shape. Guys are training year round now. They're getting off on the season, finishing the season. They'll take maybe a few weeks or a month off, and they get right back into training. The bodies aren't getting a chance to rest. Remember, Giannis played. He played in a doggone European championship. Right. So I'm saying if you're going to have that type of usage, and it's a lot of high usage guys that are getting the calf strains. I mean, it's all around the league.
Right.
So I'm saying that between the pace, between the schedule, between the year-round playing, I'm saying my point is this: it pays to go younger.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
younger
Okay, there we
guys
go. That's fair.
Aren't the ones getting the muscle strains. It's these older guys that can't keep up this pace.
But there's one more piece of this, guys. It's also the 3-point shooting because it has spread the floor out. So I think it was Steve Kerr talked about that the players have to cover way more ground. They did advanced stats where they checked on how many actual miles a player is running in a game now because they have to cover so much more area. You go to the gym on a Saturday morning with the old guys, they love playing on the smaller courts because they can't get up and down the floor. You put those old guys on the big floor, they can't do it because the floor is so much bigger for them. It's the same concept here. The floor is way bigger now with everybody shooting threes. So your big's not going to get out and actually guard a 5 out there. Wilt Chamberlain was not out there, waiting for the basket. Kareem was not out there waiting for the basket. So you don't have to cover as much ground. Now you've got to get out there to cover a lot of territory.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Along with the pace, the two of those together is why you got to have young players now. Because really OKC and teams like that have really changed that to this. So if you're going to keep up, you're going to have those kind of players like the Pacers had last year, where they could cover a lot of ground in the territory. They were younger guys that can get out there. Now they've had a ton of injuries. And by the way, speaking of the Pacers, I believe this about them. Even without Miles Turner, if they had all their guys healthy, they'd be in first place in the East. I still think they're that good and would have been that good because that was a really good team.
But the scary thing is they know how to draft, and they're going to get a very high draft pick, and they're going to be a problem when they get healthy. And I see y'all in the chat. I do want to address this with the panel. First, you, B. Shaq, and then you, Mr. Cool, is that having all these draft picks mean nothing if we don't draft the right players. We have a lot of wasted talent we've drafted. We cut Chris Livingston. We cut Beauchamp. We cut, who else we get? Ajax ain't doing nothing.
Well, the common players we've been drafting are not the players that other teams have been drafting, and so the development has been bad. But I think the talent's been marginal.
Right.
But I think, me personally, I know they upped him. They renewed his contract. But you need to clean house, man. You need to get someone else drafting talent. I mean, right now, there's no reason to keep anybody. It really isn't.
Hold on.
I mean, you got new ownership.
Don't keep anybody.
The ownership has a good excuse because you have some new ownership that's come in, They can say, I want my
Oh,
own people in here
look
now.
at that. AJ Johnson. That's the other one. Thank you, Scales. AJ Johnson gone. All the draft picks we've had the last couple years are gone for the most part, or not even affected. Let me think. AJ Green. We didn't draft AJ Green, did we? That was a
Sam Merrill? Sam Merrill,
Sam
did we
He was
Merrill.
a
draft
free
Sam
agent.
Merrill?
Yeah, got rid of him
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I will say this about the draft picks, though, to be fair, and I always try to be fair to our
Tyler
drafters.
Smith.
Yeah, yeah. How many players was drafted after the guys that we picked that are succeeding in the NBA? That's how I like to measure, because of, okay, did we miss on who? Because if you're picking 22nd, 23rd, 28th, 29th, who are you really missing on? There might be a second round pick that sneaks through overall, but for the most part, you start picking late first round and early second rounds, it's a luck of the draw that you're gonna find that guy that's gonna really be an impact player. How many top 10 picks have the Milwaukee Bucks had in the last 8 years? None. Zero. Zilch. So we're to keep a perspective on that too.
Well, that's why they make a decision to turn the page.
Right.
You know what they start doing now?
Laying down. All right.
I mean, I mean, I don't know who has their draft picks this year. I mean,
Yeah,
if they,
comment section. Who has the who has our pick for this year? Or do we have our pick, or is it a pick swap? I can't remember. Let me know in the comment section. I know it's something weird. It's like if it's a top 10 or lottery pick, we get it or they get it. If not, then it's some weird stipulation, I know, with the draft pick. Let me see if somebody got no action yet in the comment section. So we'll carry on. We're getting the draft. Oh, damn it. Hold on, y'all.
no
No strays.
strays to stop, man.
No strays. No strays. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat from our biggest op. News flash: in a last-ditch effort to keep Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks are reportedly considering Rico in the franchise decree.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
I like
good.
that one.
No strays, you a savage. Right, boy, mom, you had to. Hey, that man's the king of the one-liners. Okay, here it is. I think we have a pick swap from Atlanta.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Not gonna be good. I think Atlanta gonna be decent. That's not gonna be good.
Well, again, it's going to take more than one pick.
Yep.
We got some work ahead of us.
We are in a pick swap with New Orleans. Oh, they just as bad as us.
Hey, Giannis threw a joke out there about New Orleans. He said his wife's seeing all sorts of rumors. He said, "Honey, we going to New Orleans." He was like, "No," or he said something snarky about New Orleans, man. I mean, Giannis just playing with his food, man.
He having a good old time.
He's been like this all last summer, man. I was telling y'all, man. He's messing with y'all. He's treating y'all like
he feel like the show
man.
The Bachelor. He like The Bachelor. They all these people just fawning over him, and he just absorbing it. He peacocking for the people, just absorbing all of it. Like I said, he played too much. He's too old to be doing a lot of this, but it just is what it is.
Yeah, but the fans are emotionally bought into this team, and you shouldn't play with fans' emotions like this. You should not be joking around like that. People take us seriously, whether they should or they shouldn't. The fans do. They love the Milwaukee Bucks. They support the Bucks, and you're the star player. You need to respect that in your interviews, and don't act like this is so flippant about this.
I agree.
It's not a joke to fans. Look at all the different websites that they have for and podcasts for the Milwaukee Bucks. People love this team. They love this organization. So you, as the superstar player, should respect and honor that. And don't be making jokes all the time while you sit on the sidelines not playing, and we getting our heads beat in, and dropping in the standards like this.
Right. You did lose about half a century almost. Again, man.
And you want to be joking around. I'm not interested in none of your jokes.
And
we get beat like this.
Right, and we got another tough game Sunday against Minnesota. Minnesota ain't gonna play with us either. That's at Minnesota.
Well, Amber, you said that last podcast. Every game is a tough game. There is no easy game.
Every game. Oh, we're going to have to see what happens, y'all. But I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. I'm going to give y'all last word on you, B. Shaq, and then to the living legend, Mr. Cool, on you, B. Shaq.
Listen, I don't know when this team's next win is going to come. I mean,
That's a
it look kind of this looks kind of bad right now, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. It looks kind of bad right now, and I hope we get Kuz back next game. I think that'd be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm hoping and praying is that the possible breaking news received tonight, possibly
right.
that they are considering meeting Doc on the golf course with his pink slip.
Mm.
Say, don't bother coming back to the office. We already got your stuff packed up. You
We
we
already got
relieve
your
you
stuff
of your
back. That's
duties.
crazy.
Okay.
We already got your
I'm
stuff.
because right now, uh it's very possible Doc really hasn't been coaching this team.
No, you think so, DJ?
And
It's a very
and
high probability.
and he is holding even back. And so I'm hoping that because we did see when they got rid of we've seen when
Griffin.
we released coaches before, there's a little bump that
Right.
happens when the assistant
Mm-hmm.
takes over. So
Yep.
man, um I'm just hoping, man, that something like that happens because no matter what changes you make, um the strategy isn't there, the game planning is not there, and we need something to happen. We need something to happen to change to turn this thing around. It's not going to turn around the way it is, and
I
that's the
agree.
scary thing about it. And when Giannis comes back, when he decides to come back, um, the scary thing about it is he may only make a marginal difference.
That's what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Man, on you, Mr. Cool. Yeah, that's crazy to think.
Well, I actually do believe that that is true. What I heard. I mean, because I also heard that they're already interviewing people for the coaching job.
Mm.
So they
Damn.
so but
Elizabeth are coming to join you.
All right.
that's how John Horst operates quietly underneath
All
everything.
right.
You don't he's not never upfront about anything.
All right.
He's very slick at doing stuff like he did with the whole signing a Dame. Nobody saw that coming.
All right.
That
Nobody.
they were signing a Dame. Nobody. No, even none of the national news media saw that coming.
Right.
So that's how he works when he has to make the decision. Even when he brought in Doc, nobody saw that coming, and it happened like that. So hopefully he will do it the same way now and cut this guy, and we cut ties and give him his little whatever 10 million he got and send him on his way, because we got to get this thing going in the right direction. It can't happen with Doc here. It just won't. It just won't.
I agree.
And I hate to keep blaming the coach, but a lot of this is because this is the way he wanted it. Because he made a statement last season. He said, for us to be better, we have to change up our team to a faster, younger
Right.
team. He wanted to get rid of Dane and
Right.
bring in more athletic kind of guys and guys that can shoot the ball better. Even though we shot the ball well, he still wanted better shooters and play it at a different pace. This is what Doc said himself. Okay, well, we did that. And what's the
No.
results? We did exactly what you asked for. We got Miles Turner, a better 3-point shooter than Brook Lopez. Okay? We had the number one shooting 3-point team last year. We got it again this year.
Meant nothing.
So, yeah, so what's going on, man? What you doing, Doc? You're not a Doc.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Ain't no
Appreciate.
doctor I want to go to.
Right. Exactly. Middle of the mall doctor. That's what he is. That's what Doc is. A middle of the mall chain. Get him up out of basketball. Tired of Doc Rivers. All right, y'all. We gonna spin the block again this Sunday. Hope we'll just see what happens Sunday against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Appreciate you tapping in, B Shack. Shout out to South Florida's
Gentlemen,
finest.
gentlemen.
Shout, shout out to Mr. Cool over there in Illinois. All right, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Ah, damn, y'all. This team we gotta. I think whenever we fire Doc, it will be an emergency podcast. Hopefully that's sooner than later. Otherwise, we will be reconvening Saturday for the Packers game. It should be Sunday. I might be moving around Sunday, but I should be good for going live after that game. But for sure, we'll be going live after the Packers play the Care Bears. So hey, we going live immediately after the Care Bears win. So comment, like, subscribe, share electrifying content with the people. Appreciate y'all staying on this late live stream. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. And if you weren't aware, this is the #1 Bucks podcast on YouTube. This is the #1 chat. We are the most intelligent. This is the pinnacle of Bucks talk right here. We moved the damn needle over here. What y'all thought about? Go.